Hi everyone, welcome back to Rocksteady and to part 2 of my trial really for this Dermatica, and I've not had any problems all week with it. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't seen that already, then I'll put a link at the end. If you're watching around the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. I could put like a little link, but there's no point really, is there? Anyway, as I said in my last one, I had used somebody else's for a little while and I'd peeled a little bit. So my side effects have been quite minimal for this. Now, one of the dodgiest side effects and unavoidable is it makes you susceptible to getting sunburn. So I've tried my best to slather on a high factor, but there have been times when I'm out and about and I've forgotten, I just have forgotten, and I did get a little bit of pink on the face, but I didn't burn too badly, thank goodness, because it's England after all, and that particular day it rained as well, so I was a little bit you know, shielded from it to a certain extent. But I've been using this every single night, and the beauty of getting my own one rather than just using that, you know, one that was given to me, was that I didn't really know what I was doing with it and if I was doing it right. And I suppose I could have just messaged and asked, but I just tended to put it on of an evening. Well, it's bedtime really, and I'm not sure if there was a day where I used it a couple of times, but there's a little thingy here which I won't put too close to the camera because it will pop up, but I did do it on my other phone. And so I've kind of just, you log in, you go in, and it says, "Good morning, Tracy. You can refer others and earn." So you can earn a free month, I guess, if you refer somebody else. And there's just a thing that tells you when it was dispatched, what's in it. So it's tretinoin 0.015%, niacinamide 4%, azelaic acid 4%. Information leaflet if you want to do it, it's there. My next dispatch day is the 26th of May, and it tells you what the percentage of treatments again, I don't know why. Side effects if you want to hit that button. Manage your subscription, and then the before photos. So here they are. I was pretty shiny that day, I have to say, but these were my horrible pictures, aren't they? But I was trying to sort of do it, but as you can see, this is me barefaced, no makeup at the start. Now, I was probably a little bit kind of already using it in that top one, as you can see, but that is an ugly picture which I never thought I would share with anybody. But I wanted to say how it's going and share it with you guys. So now this is, I'm a bit glowy because of the light and I'm a bit hot. But as you can see, there is a big difference, I think, to my skin already. It feels a lot tighter. It feels more supple. And I definitely know losing weight's helped to a certain degree. But I do feel like there's an awful lot more benefits than I thought I was going to get. Like I always have, even as a teenager, suffered with open pores, and they're much less open now. These lines are much less visible. Now I do use one other product which I'll show you at some other point in time, but and it does help with all that kind of issue. But I have to say, since I've used this, my face butt, as I like to call it, I get these lines here. See how less prominent they are now than they ever were. I've always had a flat forehead anyway, and I get this kind of little V up there which seems to have disappeared, and the lines around here definitely on the way out, and I've got a scar there and it's not visible as much as it used to be. It used to be a line. So I have to say, I like it a lot. I do. Now if I have, I've got a little bit of powder on because I've been filming, but it's only a powder, and that's all I do is just put that on and it even out the blotchiness, like the redness of my skin. But it doesn't really do much else. My nose is red because I've blown it, but yeah, I'm really pleased. Now I'm using it on my scar. So this is my scar, this is my cancer operation scar, and when I sit, it doesn't really look like, you can't really see it that way. People wouldn't look and go, whoa, look at that. But it is an awful lot less prominent. Losing weight is helping with that as well, obviously. But there was a time when it was quite lumpy because I had that bulging. But I'm really pleased with the way that that's going. And I kind of, when I do it, I do go down here as much as I can. So yeah, I am really singing the praises of it at the moment. I have had no trouble. Now I did have a day of peeling. I can't remember. We were out and Gary just sort of looked at me and went, your face is peeling off. And it's no worse than if you go out during the summer and you get a little bit burnt and you peel. In fact, it wasn't the same. It didn't pull off in sheets like sometimes, you know, when you burn and you peel, you can get that piece of skin, you can just pull it all off. Wasn't like that. It was just like lots of little bits of peel, and when I did that, it rubbed off, and it was a very fine peel, and gone in a day, because, you know, once it's peeled off, it's peeled off. But it was a bit, oh my god, so it is, and I was rubbing away and making it red because I was rubbing it off, but that only lasted for a very short time, and it just so happened it was the day I went out, which was kind of unfortunate for me. But I have to say, so far, using it just for a week of the official pack, I'm really happy with this. And I know from what they've said on the website that they increase it gradually. So they start you off quite low, then they increase it a little bit, and then they kind of, I don't know, decrease it, but they probably do, and put you on a maintenance. But I actually have to say, I am really, really pleased with the way I'm looking. And I won't say it's perfect. It's not giving me flawless skin. I'll never have that unless I go and have laser treatment. I've had, you know, kind of acne problems, and I've got marks from it and things like that. I've lived this skin, you know. I haven't sat there and in a box doing nothing. I've kind of, this is a face of a person who's lived. So you know, and we've all got our warts and blemishes and everything else. But having said that, I've got this one here. This is like a little bump, and I've never known what it is. I think the doctor once called it a bleb, but it's a lot smaller. And the eye, I had an eye problem, not in my eye, but around here, like this, just under my eye. I had this bump that kept coming up, and it was like an air bubble. It was really weird. Totally gone. And it had a mark, because where it kept doing that, I had a mark. Totally gone. So that's a week, you know. And my face didn't fall off, like I said before. So so far, big thumbs up. But you know, you do need to slather on the factor. And another point on that, I have very sensitive skin, very. And I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. Thank the Lord, I'm not allergic to that. But, you know, I am allergic to a lot of stuff. And this has gone a long way to sorting that out. Because if I had to slather on factor, I always use Pisbuin. And that seems to, and not an oil-based one. And that always seems to be more kinder to my skin anyway. But even so, I would put that on and I'd get a spot straight away, or I'd get a really nasty one, you know, on like here, or you know where you get them. But I would always end up, because I've had to put that on my face, spotty. Not this time. As soon as I come in, I do take it all off with you know, like micellar water, whatever you want to call it. I do take it all off and then just put something else on my face, my other treatment that I use, to try and get it out of my pores. But I've noticed that since my pores are not so open and the skin is tighter, more supple, I'm not getting those breakouts. And other things that I'm putting on my face, which would normally cause it, like the high factor sunscreens are not causing it. So all wins so far. Yeah, I did go through a phase of being red. I went through a phase of being shiny, as you could see on that picture, and it looked, I kind of likened it to having quite a bad sunburn. That's how it felt. But obviously that was my skin changing, and it was going to get ready to peel right off. And since it has, I'm quite happy. I am. So far so good. And so yeah, I would say hold off if you get thinking of doing it. Hold off for a little while until I've done a few more trials, and I will be honest with you. I mean, obviously there are going to be people it disagrees with, but I've got very, very sensitive skin, and I've been fine with it. So, you know, if you can, I don't know if it's worth doing patch test. If you get the first one's free. Do a patch test. If you react, obviously don't use it. Might be worth doing that. Of course I didn't do that, did I? Slathered it on, and it wasn't even mine. Wrong dose. Now, I'm full of you know, I think everybody does stuff like that, don't they? Or is it just me? Oh well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Hopefully I'll have blossomed into a flower. Bye for now.